today we're here with Eunice Cintron. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have a couple questions about your recent beauty pageant, Miss California International, and I wanted to also know a little bit more about your personal life, so I'm going to ask some questions about that too. But before we get started, how are you doing today?
I am doing, I'm not tired. So ever since the
Yeah,
event, I was like super tired. I actually took like a whole week off work because I feel like I needed to just enjoy the moment, enjoy the win, and then just kind of do my everyday life and not just have like work involved or anything like that. So yeah, it's pretty fun.
that's great. That's great. So, talking about your work, my first question would be that I learned that you work in property management as a leasing consultant. So, I was wondering if that's something you're interested in or it's just, for the money, pay the bills.
um, Actually, it kind of was for I don't want to say it was for the money. I actually did not start off as a leasing agent. I actually started off as a property manager for affordable housing. And then I decided to do something else outside of work. So I realized I need to like balance my life. So I stepped down to become a leasing agent. So it's less stressful to do something outside of the work that's more stressful, I guess. I like to have that balance. And so I went from being a manager to being a leasing agent. So that's why I'm currently a leasing agent. If it's something that I want to do for the rest of my life, no. I've thought of starting my own property management company because it for me it's easy and I like working in communities, like getting to know people, building your own community, and that's something that I enjoy for sure. That's something I enjoy a lot. So that's been on my mind.
That's great. So, going back to Miss California International, which I know that you're the winner of, congratulations for that. My first question would be about the beauty pageant would be what inspired you to join it? You know?
Um, I wasn't like inspired to join it. Actually, I didn't even know. This is the first beauty pageant that I ever joined. I really don't go for anything beauty wise or trying to win a crown or anything like that. But when it was introduced to me, at first I was like scared. I kept going to the website and being like, I cannot go on stage and I cannot dance, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. And so, like, I was really hesitant on applying. So I was just like, no, no. And then I really had to ask my question. I asked the question to myself, like, what am I scared of? And I think what it was is it's definitely something outside of my comfort zone and something that I've never ever even like been in. So of course, like we all have a fear of doing something that, we've never done ever in our life. So I was like, okay, you know what? I was like, I need to get, because I was still thinking about it, like it would be fun, it would be fun. But then I was like, no, no, no. But then no. And then that's when I finally I was like, hey, you know what? Let's just do it and see where it takes me. And then when they called me back and told me that I made it like top 10, that's when I was like, there's no way. Like, there's no way. Now I really have to do this. Like, I did it. I'm in it. Now I have to like move forward with it. And that's how it all started.
That's great. Adding on to kind of a base question, I was gonna ask if you're interested in modeling in any kind of way because a beauty pageant is just like modeling clothes and stuff. You gotta have confidence. So like, is it something you're interested in, or is just fun?
Absolutely. I think after this, I broke out of I guess, the fear of doing something that I'm scared to do. So now that me winning, I feel like, wow, like if I do this, then I could definitely like do anything else. And modeling is something that I'm interested in. Um, if doors open, I am willing to go forward in that. So definitely interested for sure.
That's great. I was actually a model before, a formal model. So if you need any help, I'm here. Talk to me. Okay. So since you won, again, congratulations. How did the win impact you or your family in any way?
How did it impact me? Um, it impacted me more so like I've accomplished something, not just being able to accomplish anything, but in that time, I was going through something very tough and personal while I was actually doing the the training and things like that, and it didn't hit me more until actually the week of the rehearsal and the show. And so going through that, personal thing that I was going through while doing the rehearsal and everything, that really affected me. And really, it seemed like I was like happy and everything, putting a smile on, but deep down, I was actually really hurt and broken. And so when I felt like I was going downhill during the rehearsals and things like that, personally, internally, and then when I decided to change my mindset, like I need to focus, I needed to change my viewpoint and not on the things that were affecting my mind, but on something that was something new. Like I was telling myself, I'm joining this. It's something new. I can't let things that are negative, kind of destroy what, like it was almost the end process already. And so I was already to the point where I was like, if I don't win, I don't win. It is what it is. There's too much going on. And so when I actually won, that really impacted me personally. Like no matter what I'm going through, if I'm in something, I can definitely accomplish it. No matter what I go through. Like you just need to stay focused and, kind of retrain your mindset to be focused and to change perspective on everything. So I think it impacted me personally. My family, I don't know how it impacted them. They were mostly at home. My twin was with me. And when I got home, they were just like, "Oh yeah, we were screaming like, oh my gosh, you need one, you need one." And they were like, "No way, no way." They were just like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." So when I got home, I brought like, you take everything home, the crown. I had like six sisters, so they all started taking the crown and putting it on them. Like, I'm the winner too. I'm the winner too. So I'm sure that was like a big shock for them, and they were also like really happy. They were really happy for me.
That's great. So they're definitely like, supportive during this tournament. So they're definitely supportive about like this whole thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When I first started, at first they were just like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And I was already like unsure of doing it. So I was just like, I mean, yeah, just trying to like ignore like, of course I'm not sure about doing this. Like, this is something new. I've never like did that on stage or danced on stage or anything like that. So when they were kind of like being uncertain in the beginning too, it made me more uncertain. But like I was already like a part of the top 10. So I was like, like I can't be uncertain anymore. I have to do it.
You can't back down no more. Exactly. That's a really good point. So when you said that when the win impacted you personally, right? You said you were going through some pretty personal stuff, and I'm not gonna ask you to share it because it's your personal life. No one wants to, budge in. But like, how did you get over like the fact? How did you like just put it to the side and just like not care about it and just focus on the pageant? How is like, is there any techniques or anything?
Ooh, that was hard. That was really hard. I would honestly, I had a couple friends that I would go to kind of vent. I would go to practice, and after practice, I would go to the car and drive home. I would cry driving home. One of my techniques were usually when I go through something, I like to cry, while I'm going through it because it's okay to feel the emotion. So, and honestly, like God is a big play in it. I told God, just kind of take over what I'm feeling, take over the baggage. I really have something I have to focus on, help me to learn from the experience and not to dwell on the experience, especially when going through something that I needed to have my whole mind on. So it was hard. It was definitely hard. So yeah, techniques. I cried. I talk to people. It's very important to talk to people while going through things, and that's something that I do struggle with, and I am working on right now. And retraining your mind, because your mind is everything. So those are like top three for me, and praying about it, actually.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's a great response. So, sorry, going back to Miss California International. I don't know if you knew, but this was actually their 21st contest. And I was wondering if you knew about this and like how'd you find out? Because I know that your working environment was just like across the street from there, right? So how'd you find out about it? Because it's their 21st contest, and if you just found out now, then that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy. How I found out. Someone actually told me about it. Someone told me
Oh,
about it, and then when they told me about it, I searched online. And then that's why I started looking into it more. And then when I realized the location of it online, that I seen the location was across the street, I was like, oh, it's across the street. So easy. Like I could go to work. After work, I could go over there and things like that. But the training was actually like in Roseville. But when I realized like
oh,
their main thing was across the street, I was just like, okay, you know. And yeah, that's how I think it was a location that maybe we were like, yeah, why not? Shouldn't be that hard.
it's kind of crazy that and you were basically in the same area and you didn't know about it until the 21st contest.
They don't have no banner. It's not like they have like a whole like sign or a billboard where it's just like, hey, Miss California International, like go ahead and apply.
It just looked like a basic little building.
No, yes. So kind of surprising. I actually, yeah, heard about it through by mouth, not through like
Yeah.
entertainment or TV or commercial or anything like that. It was actually by mouth, and I'm like, why not?
Oh. Okay. Well, that's kind of great. So I know that you're Puerto Rican. So I was wondering if your Puerto Rican background helped you in any way for this beauty pageant.
Um, if it helped me in any way,
Like maybe like the style of clothes you wore, or
no, um, like me being Puerto Rican, or I know that my family is into beauty pageants and things like that. Not necessarily me being Puerto Rican made me want to do it. I know that as Puerto Ricans are very prideful for being Boricuas, 1,000%. Um,
yeah.
a lot of the Puerto Ricans around me, I did know, did tell me that I'm going to win. They're like, you're Boricua, you're gonna win, and I'm just like, no, like we have to be humble about it. You know what I mean? Like just because I'm Puerto Rican, like no, they were. I mean, all the girls were great. Let me tell you, like we all, even when we all talked within each other, we are like, man, we don't even know who's gonna win within each other. Like all of them were really good. So I don't want to necessarily say that being Puerto Rican, I don't know, made in some sort of impact of me joining or anything like that. No, just me being myself and trying new things. For
Oh, okay. That's great. Well, I also had a question still about the contest. I was wondering, how was it like working with like all the all the people there? Like all the people you're up against, the judges. How'd you connect with them? Stuff like that.
so, like, how did I connect with the girls that I was competing with?
Yeah, yeah. How'd you like work with them?
Um, it was a challenge because most of them were Russian. A lot of them did struggle a little bit with communicating in English. So most of the time they were talking within each other. And I always am going to try to get myself involved just to understand what's going on. So I feel like me just taking the situation, I really didn't take me being a part of it super serious. Like I always told myself, I'm going to be in this to enjoy myself, enjoy the process of it, right? And so I came in there with that mentality, which made it easy for me to connect with everybody, even though some of them struggled to communicate with me because of the language barrier, right? So I would tell one of the girls like, how do you say this in Russian? And then they would tell me, and then I'm like talking to them in Russian, and then I would throw a little bit of Spanish in there, and and we would just kind of laugh. And I think the kind of breaking that, or like the laughing or the joking around, kind of helped all of us to get closer on a, like a friendship, on a friend level, more than us being competitors with each other. Because I think, I mean, we would all agree. I'm sure if they were all here, it's fun during the training. Yeah, it was hard, but also like when we were training by ourselves, we were goofing around as well. So like it was pretty fun with the judges. During the VIP, I did talk to a few of them. I don't remember who. My twin was there. So I think it was more that I had my twin sister that kind of brought people to us, because they were just like, yo, like there's two of them, not just me. So I kind of felt like, okay, like it wasn't necessarily me trying to connect with them. It was more so like, oh my gosh, like there's two of you guys. So that's like was more of the conversation starter, I guess you can say. And then we started talking about different topics, about myself, about the judge, about their life, about our life, and kind of went on from there. So it was pretty fun.
That's great. Wait, so you have a twin? Wait, that's kind of crazy.
Yes.
Wait, I want. Okay, wait, guys, a little off topic here, but I want to know about your twin. Like,
My twin. She is definitely, we are like the same, but also not the same. She is definitely,
oh,
I
okay.
feel like she's definitely more out there. She is definitely more expressive. But every time she's like expressive, she does everything that I think of in my mind, and she just kind of does it. And then I'm just like, yes, like that right there.
Yes.
Yeah, she's definitely more outgoing. Like she'll talk more. Sometimes I like to stay more quiet,
Mhm.
listen to people more.
Yeah.
Um, she she's currently doing externship. Funny thing, actually, they actually wanted her to join as well. So, like it'd
Oh,
be pretty interesting having twins in the competition, right?
yeah.
But because of her schedule and because of doing the externship, the time of the training, she wasn't going to be able to make it. So she
Oh,
didn't end up doing it. But yeah, I was like so close to trying to convince her to join it with me. Like, come on, like, how fun would it be if, they choose you
yes.
to win, but actually it was supposed to be me, just for fun.
That's, it would have been a great thing to see, you know? You seeing two twins go against each other, it's kind of,
Yeah,
I find it fascinating, you know?
yeah, like
Okay.
who's gonna win? Who's gonna win?
No, like, wait, which one are you?
Like, is this the actual winner? Are we sure we got the same number right? Like, imagine if she had 9 and I had 6, and then I just like flipped mine, and I was like, no, I'm 6 and she's 9. Like, I'm the winner. That would have been funny.
Okay, so we're moving a little off topic, but like,
Okay.
come on, gotta lock in, you know. So I wanted to know if it's true that Puerto Ricans believe that they're like better than Latinos from Mexico or Argentina because they're a U.S. citizen and have maybe a better Spanish.
Oh yeah, it's definitely true. Puerto Ricans are
Oh,
very prideful
oh,
people. I could definitely say that's true.
oh. Okay, that's great. So I was reading a little more about you, and I know that you like hanging out with your friends, family, shopping, doing sports. But other than those, is there anything else you're interested in,
Um,
hobby
I
wise?
am interested in going back to school for counseling. That's one of the things that I want to
Oh,
accomplish. Um,
yeah.
in property management, you tend to build relationship and build trust. And so a
Hmm.
lot of people, I realize, it's very easy for them to talk to me about their personal life and what actually goes on in their own home. And that also kind of made me think like I feel like I'm more of a counselor than I am being a leasing agent. Or even when I was a property manager too, people would come into the office just to talk to me about their life. And I feel like maybe I should go back to school and study something where I'm giving people, the right words, the right advice on where to navigate in their problems. So that's something that for surely I am going back to school for. So that's one thing that I do want to do.
That's great because you seem like a really easy person to talk to. Like just me and you having this conversation right now. I know it's supposed to be professional, but this is like fun.
Yeah, it's I don't know what it is, but yeah, people tend to like kind of click. And so I'm like, dang,
Yeah.
like, if I got that, why not like use that? So being
Mm.
more knowledgeable and giving advices and things like that if people do confide in me and their secrets, you know what I mean? Just to help people
Yeah.
be better or even make better choices. So
Mm. Okay. Well, this I think will be my last question unless I have a follow-up question.
okay.
But I read, like I said, I read a lot about you, and I know that you haven't found your academic path yet, according to the thing I read, anyways. But like, what are like your top three things that you want to pursue? I know that you mentioned counseling, so I'm pretty sure that's going to be one of them.
Counseling is one
Yeah.
of them. A
Mm.
second one is opening up my own business, but I don't know
Oh.
what yet. I want to pursue my own business as something that I have passion for. And
Uh
that's
huh.
something I feel like I have passion for a lot of things. Like I like fashion, I like shoes, I like clothes. Like, so I don't know if I want to go into that way or opening my own business, as in, like I said, starting my own property management. Because
Hmm.
I also like to get involved with a lot of people. So,
Yeah.
that I would say that's like my top two. And a third
Hmm.
one, mm, I don't know, music. I love music. So I know that I do want
Ooh.
to start
Music.
going to school for music, even though I just kind of like throw out my phone and just go on YouTube and kind of learn something on the piano. I do want to get into music, learn more music more. Maybe not
Mm.
as, I mean, who knows? I could end up being like super professional, start playing somewhere else, and then boom, that's a career. You never know. But I would say those are my top three.
That's great. Well, you have a lot of options, so like,
I'm so
yeah,
young. I'm so young. That's not.
you're set up for life, bro.
Oh, seriously.
So that was actually my last question. I sadly don't have any more follow up questions, but it was great talking to you and knowing more about you. I learned so much about your passions, what you like to do. Basically, that all falls under the same category, but you know what I mean. It
it's
was
it's
great
been a
talking to you.
pleasure.
It was really fun talking to you, like I said, and maybe we can connect and we can talk more about modeling. Talk
Absolutely.
more
Now you have to teach me a few things, okay? I'm definitely interested.
got you.
You have to be my
Okay.
teacher now. Thank you for
Okay,
having me.
so of course, it was a pleasure having you. You're a really nice person. You seem really outgoing. You're like a vibe in one whole, just one word. You're a vibe. But
Thank
thank you
you.
so much,
Thank you.
and I
Appreciate
hope
it.
you have a great rest of your weekend.
Thank you. You too. Thank you.